the brain's CEO, the prefrontal cortex. The third part of the brain to evolve is the cortex. The prefrontal cortex, PFC, is the CEO of our brains. It is the part of the brain that makes rational sense of the world, adds meaning to our existence, enables complex decision-making. It is the part of our brain that makes us smart, sophisticated beings capable of creating the complex global societies we live in. The PFC, in evolutionary terms, is a toddler. It is some 220,000 years old. The PFC comes on stream about 250 milliseconds after a stimulus, in time to try to make sense of sensory information our limbic system has already responded to. Emotional before cognitively rational. This is a really important neurobiological fact for leaders in business to understand. Our emotional response is much faster than our rational thought, 3 times as fast. A friend of Kate's working on the Human Genome Project once exclaimed to her at a Christmas party, "The thing is, Kate, our brains have not evolved since we came out of the caves. We have a Stone Age brain in the modern world we have created." There is some truth in this notion. Our immediate response to any situation is inevitably governed by our limbic system, which is the seat of primal survival emotions, designed above all else to keep us alive. Any subsequent response is very likely to be influenced by this initial stance. Primary colors of emotion. An artist creates an array of different nuanced colors from a palette of 3 basic primary colors. So it is with the emotional system. Neuroscience generally agrees that there are 8 primal emotions that show up across cultures. 5 of these emotions exist to ensure our survival. These are fear, anger, disgust, sadness, and shame. These 5 emotions would have kept us alive on the plains inhabited by our ancestors. Fear tells us to run, fight, or hide. Anger to tell us to defend and kill. Disgust to indicate not to eat something that might be toxic to us. Sadness to tell us to whom we should attach ourselves, our primary caregivers ensuring our survival. And finally, shame to keep us behaving well enough for our continued acceptance as part of the tribe. All of these emotions will trigger the brain to generate, among others, the neurotransmitters adrenaline and cortisol to prime us for the appropriate action. Surprise! The 6th emotion is surprise, a potentiator to tip us into a survive response if needed, or alternatively, if the surprise is a positive one and we are faced with friend not foe, then to tip us into thrive. Thrive. There are 2 primary thrive emotions. These emotions do not ensure our survival in the first instance. They will not keep us alive, but they will help us do well and help our brains and emotional systems to develop in a healthy way. The first primal thrive emotion is love, the same basic emotion as trust. The second is joy. The neurochemical hallmarks of thrive are oxytocin, the bonding hormone, serotonin, the happiness neurotransmitter, and dopamine, the reward neurotransmitter. In order for learning to occur, the brain needs the right amount of dopamine in the right place in the brain at the right time. Survive versus thrive and their relevance for business. Brains that are in a thrive state are more creative, learn better, and have more energy available to the cortex for complex problem solving, and are more agile in taking action. The brain is a highly complex connected network. Our brains move through emotional states very, very fast. And it is true to say, and we will evidence the business impact later in this book, that brains that are enabled to be in a thrive state, emotionally and neurochemically, are more effective brains in the workplace. Read on. Preface. It promised to be nice.